my shoes off. Socks and sandals, no judge. All right, just as I got settled, it started raining, but I can't believe this is my view. This is so beautiful. Look at that. How magical. It's like raining and there's cows. I mean, what more do you want? Hey, what's up? My name is Isabel. I am a 21-year-old girl who's always been the friend to give advice. So I'm hoping that I can be that for you. And I hope by the end of this video, you feel comforted, reassured, motivated, all of the above. Let's get into it. Today, we're talking about how to not care about what people think about you. Don't know why I did that. Just getting sassy for no reason. Okay, so firstly, I want to say, if you are overly concerned with what somebody thinks about you, it's possible that you're putting them on a pedestal. And if that's the case, take them off. Take them off of that pedestal that you've put them on. Because a lot of times we look at people and we consider them to be better than us because they're more attractive, they have more money, they have more friends, whatever the case may be. But I think you really have to grasp that everybody on this planet is only human. You know, everybody deals with insecurity, fear, pain, and suffering. No amount of status, wealth, anything can exempt somebody from the wide range of emotions that we feel as human. And I think a way to get a better understanding of this is having meaningful conversations with people. And by doing this, by asking people what's going on in their lives and things of that nature, you really begin to realize how much stuff people have going on, and a lot of times how people are really struggling. And once you can notice that, it can help you understand maybe people aren't as concerned with me as I think they are. My second piece of advice is a question. Would you rather have current discomfort or future regret? Because if you're afraid to do something, you don't know how people are going to feel about it or what they're going to say, you can avoid that discomfort for now, but you'll be left with regret in the future. You know, months, years, decades down the line, you're going to look back and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I mean, what would have happened if I would have done this thing and not cared about what people had to say about it? That's one option. Your other option is you can do whatever you want to do right now, acknowledging that people may not like it, people may find it weird, people may find it cringe, but in the future, you're going to be glad that you did it. You're going to say, I'm glad I didn't care what other people had to say. So those are your options. That's your choice. You know, I'm not telling you what to do, but outweigh the pros and cons of being uncomfortable for a little bit right now versus living with regret the rest of your life in the future. I think having conversations with people, specifically people who are older than you, can really help you answer this question. In my personal life, I've gotten in the habit of whenever I am around somebody who's older than me, I always ask them, what's a regret of yours? What's something you wish you would have done? What's something you wish you didn't do? Somebody's driving by me really slow and it's really awkward. Why are they not going? Okay, I'm like... How ironic is it that this video is about not caring what people think, yet I am stumbling over my words because somebody is driving past me. Anywho, like I was saying, I have gotten in the habit of asking older people questions like, what are their regrets, what they wish they would have done or didn't do, so on and so forth. And from this, it's really made me realize how much more life is and how much more life will be. Because I feel like as a young person, everything in your life right now, your friends, your coworkers, your classmates, your significant other, all of that feels like everything. And you can't really picture your life without it. So therefore, you tend to care about what these people think about you because they seem so important, you know? When in reality, all of that is subject to change, and it most likely will change. So quit letting people who have a temporary role in your life dictate the future that you will be living. My third piece of advice is do it anyways. I know you probably want me to say something magical that'll spark this revelation within you, or suddenly you just don't care what people have to say anymore and now you're a superwoman. I don't have those words, okay? I believe that confidence and not caring what people think about you comes from consistent action, consistently showing up for yourself and proving to yourself that you are greater than your fears, okay? It is not being without fear, it's going on in spite of it. You know, that's how you prove to yourself that you don't need the opinions of other people. You say, this makes me uncomfortable, I'm afraid to do this, but I'm gonna do it. And I think if you can make that decision often enough, you'll come to the point where you genuinely aren't very concerned with how people perceive you. And this is because small actions that surpass discomfort compound, creating an increased self-esteem. My fourth and final piece of advice is actually a belief that I personally hold, which is that we are called to something greater than ourselves. I have the foundational belief that people come and go, but God is always with me. I also have the foundational belief that life is not a coincidence, that God has a divine purpose and plan for my life, that I am being used for a greater good. So when I feel called to do something, I'm ultimately going to remember that I put my trust in God, in His plans for me, and not in the opinions of other people. But the belief is actually incredibly empowering and gives me a lot of security, because the validation I receive from God cannot be taken away, but the validation I receive from others can be, because humans are unpredictable. They change, their feelings change, but God does not change. All right, friends, that's all I have to say for today. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I really hope you were able to take away something valuable from it. If there was something you like or you didn't like, let me know. I'd love to hear it all. With that being said, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. You are alive, you are blessed, you got this.